Isaac, there's got to be a mistake. Timber Puppies number 2? I got to take off my glasses. I got to read this right. Timber Puppies are the 2nd seed. How does that happen?
Well, I'll tell you how it happens, Ben. The Madmen came out and played a great game this Tuesday.
Wow, the cup's up for grabs, I think, this year. There's no guarantee the Timber Puppies are taking it, so.
You know, there is pandemonium in the league. There's a big buzz because, going into the playoffs, I don't think anyone would have predicted that the Timber Puppies are a number 2 seed. I mean, these guys have been, bulletproof in seasons past, and they've proven it winning Gold Cup after Gold Cup. Why are they vulnerable this year?
Well, they're vulnerable for a couple of reasons, and not a lot of it's their own reasons, because other teams have honestly brought in some talent and infused the recreational talent level to a whole new level. We haven't seen this before. The Timber Puppies haven't faced opponents this tough. Now, is everybody stepped it up? No, a few teams have, and that's something that I think the Timber Puppies are now more aware of, especially after the victory with the Madmen last week.
Well, I think the league is hungry for parity. But I still think the Timber Puppies, despite another little setback, you know what happened last year when they lost going to the playoffs, they still won the Gold Cup.
That's right.
But they're up for a big challenge this year, and I think they are beatable.
Well, I don't know if you had a chance to look at some of the stats from last week's game with them, but it was a block party. Laurel Anderson, 6 blocks. He had 4 blocks on 1 possession. That means when Wenzel and Moyano and Ball are penetrating the lane, this is one of the teams that can swat it out and keep them from getting into the lane. I think it's real key.
And I know you got into the dirty mix with the block party too, Diamond. But
it's fun.
I want to get a little insight into the Timber Puppies mindset going into the playoffs.
Honestly, that every single team's got a shot to win it, so we're just going to try and go a game at a time and just keep doing it that way.
And an even more powerful statement, I believe, came from Nick Jude.
If we don't win the Gold Cup, kind of feel like the season was a little bit of a waste.
Yeah, Diamond, I really like the interest factor here going into the playoffs. It's wide open. Madmen are peaking. They're playing great ball. They're that 1 seed. They and the Timber Puppies both have a bye, and we'll see if the roads intersect at the end of the bracket.
I'll tell you what, James Bradford, Laurel Anderson have the Madmen are in sync right now, so it's going to be a real dangerous team to beat. Quite frankly, in my mind, the Timber Puppies aren't the team to beat anymore. The Madmen truly are the team to beat.
But you know what's interesting, finally, Diamond, about this is it's not just the Madmen now that have a chance. It's every other team in the league because of what the Madmen did last week.
I agree 100%. It's mindset, and you said it best. So all the teams who are going to be out scouting, the Timber Puppies, the Madmen, all those teams will be there. It's going to be real interesting to watch.
Our draw is tough.
It's the classic 5-12 upset. I think that's what we got lined up. So we got to prevent that from happening.
Classic 5-12 upset. I don't buy it. You want to know why, Diamond? Because on opening night, the Clippers came out. They beat the Cavs by 7 points. Maybe a close game, but you know what? Hennessy put up 27 points. I think he's posturing.
Well, listen, I've got 99 problems, and the Clippers aren't one. The Cavaliers, big problem this year. Let's talk about a team that's gone 2-6, squeaked into the playoffs. And people said that Larry Foff was really the key, and I was one of them, to this team's success last season. How do you go 7-1 and then 2-6 back-to-back? Maybe it speaks to the overall talent of the league, but I think it also speaks there's something wrong with the Cavaliers mix. Can they fix it?
Well, you hit the nail on the head, Diamond, in that they're really missing one of the Foth brothers, and I dare say it, probably the more effective Foth brother. Not to say that Lauren's not a great player, but Larry brings a lot of elements.
Larry's a proven all-star.
Absolutely. And that's why, as much as we want to see it every March Madness, that 5-12 upset, I think in this particular instance, it ain't going to happen, despite the claims of the Clippers that it's possible.
There's one chance that it could happen. I'll hit on this real quickly. If you take my advice again, if you run the 2-3 zone of the Clippers, if you shut down Hennessy and stop Kane from penetrating the lane, which I'm not sure the Cavaliers are capable of doing at this point because they're putting themselves into such a man-to-man mindset. You can stop them. Any team can stop them. Can the Cavaliers stop them? I don't think so.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a great point, but you know how they counter that 2-3 zone? They give the ball to Reichert and let him get fouled somewhere around the paint, and that guy makes free throws like they're going out of style.
Well, that's a good point. If they can recover in that fashion, then we don't have a problem here. This is going to be an easy win for the Clippers.
And who would have thought back in January that opening night would be a preview of this playoff? It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Opening night, I would have said the Cavaliers would have been a top 4 seed. My mind is blown.
We definitely got to make sure that there's no gold underneath our bucket. It's tough, but match up against you guys, you have a big size advantage, a lot of skilled players. I mean, it's really tough because you guys play a really big unity with your team, and that's tough to play against.
Yeah, I love this matchup too, Diamond, because not only do we have 2 of the most electric players in the league, you saw it in the fireworks in the media booth. These guys will go head-to-head. That is provided old Big Ben's ready to go. I know he's been through a lot of intensive ankle therapy.
Two things. If Big Ben isn't ready to go, the Bulls don't stand a chance, in my honest opinion, because he's part of the cohesive unit. You hear him say it, one band, one sound. Matt McClintock might be able to step in and carry the load, but he's not Big Ben. He can play the post. Not sure if he can get done. If Big Ben's there, I just think it's unfortunate for the Bulls.
Yeah, and I got to agree with you, Diamond. That is, of course, unless Nick Rell has a monster game. You saw him pull up. All the cards were out on the table. He hit that crucial three despite Wenzel's buzzer beater. He pulled up, hit a crucial three, and come playoff time, you got to have the courage to take shots like that.
Absolutely, and he's not afraid to fire it. So this should be really good, and I think it's going to come down to really the differences of Ben being there or Ben not being there.